this song was released as long ago as it was because it's really stood the test of time. And yeah, that is big up, to Kwame Eugene and Okyeame Kwame. That's music, I guess. Now, thank you so much for tuning in, guys. This is MX Live on MX24. Now, the reason for the slight delay is because there has been a slight delay from, our guest today. But he's going to be in the studio. Okyeame Kwame is actually on his way, something we're working on. Before he gets here, we're going to get into his music. Then when he does get here, we're going to get to the conversation. But if there's any questions you want to ask him, very, very simple. MX24 TV, every single platform. Hashtag is MX Live. Makes it easier to find us. And yes, to everyone who's staying in today, how are you celebrating the holidays? Send us messages. Let us know. Are you going out? Are you staying in? What are you going to be up to? Chilling with friends? You might need your business, watching Netflix. What are you up to? That's what we want to know today. So as we're waiting for Okyeame Kwame once again, we're going to enjoy some of his music. And thank you so, so much for sticking with us. This is MX Live, MX24 TV. We'll be right back. I'm talking to the man himself. Slight delay, as I said, but he's here.
Yeah, man.
Thank you so much.
Charlie, what's up?
Oh, man, my heart nearly break. I was like,
No, it's
I haven't spoken to you in so long. I'm not going to see you today.
Yeah.
And we're matching.
Yes.
That's interesting. Great minds.
Yes.
How you doing, man?
Charlie, I'm good.
You're looking good, bro.
Thank you.
Okyeame, you're not changing. Please, spill the secrets. You've been doing this for many years. You look the same. You drink blood? Because that's like, it's like you have to be doing something, or you bath in milk.
No.
So which is it?
Every time I say it, I get in trouble. But I think it's three key things: it's diet, the right diet, happy thoughts, and movement.
Why do you get in trouble? Because these things are good things.
Yeah.
What trouble do you get in? What do people say?
So I said diet. So if I go into my diet, then I'll get into trouble. Because then I'll say that I don't eat meat.
Okay.
I don't eat eggs. I don't eat dairy. I don't eat processed foods.
Okay.
I eat wholesome, plant-based food.
That's you.
Yes.
Do people feel like you encourage this? Is that why they have a problem? Or are you just saying what you do?
Yeah, so sometimes, I talk to my mother about my diet that I eat, and then she says, why? And I say, because it's healthier for my heart.
Okay.
It is. Then the doctor say, but we've been eating meat since millennia. How dare you?
Okay.
Then I say it's more compassionate. Then the religious people say, but God allows it. How dare you?
Okay.
Then I say, yeah, exactly. It makes me feel good. Then they say, but I've been eating meat and I also feel good. So how dare you?
Exactly. Does your family follow this trend of what you eat specifically in relation to health?
Not at all. It's my journey,
Okay.
So it's my journey. However, I know that very soon my children will be at least vegetarian. I'm not forcing them. Currently, they eat meat.
Okay.
My son finds it quite disgusting nowadays. They eat eggs, they eat fish. But
and you don't have a problem with anybody who eats these things?
Not at all.
So why do you have a problem with you?
Because,
I'm trying to think about it because we're all different,
So
right?
look at it this way. You have a friend who is a Muslim. And then you go to your house as a child. And you tell your mother that, hey, mom, my best friend is called Muhammad. Then your mom will say, is she a Muslim? Then you say, yeah. They say, be careful. Or the same thing will happen in a Muslim house. Is he a Christian? Or is he an African tradition? So as human beings, we are afraid of things we don't understand. And we are not a truth-seeking people. We like stories. We like the comfort zone. We like to know what we always know. We are not willing to challenge the status quo to find out if there's something better than what we are used to. Therefore, anytime someone says something that is slightly different from what we know already, it creates a cognitive dissonance. And instead of that dissonance, to challenge you to go to Google and Google what he's saying.
Yeah. Do you, with the way you explain yourself, you talk about your fashion, your family, you're very open about these things.
Yes.
Has it gotten to the point where, because of the response from people, and it's not even you again, it's not you encouraging, it's you explaining yourself.
Yes.
Have you gotten to the point where you're like, I just don't want to talk about these things anymore?
No, never. When a child sees a beautiful yellow car, the child runs to their mom and say, Mommy, yellow car, yellow car. Knowledge is for sharing.
Okay.
I mean, apart from once you come to know then it is a burden on your shoulder to push it forward. So it is not even something that I am doing with trying to convert people or to change another person's mind. This thing has helped me. Because it has helped me, I have no choice. The universe requires that I tell anyone who will listen. So it's not any choice of mine. And, you know, so, but how people react to what I'm giving them is their own problem, not mine.
Okay. I get that.
Yes, so
I get that.
it's my purpose.
Yes.
To put love in the world.
Yeah.
And so, whether you insult me, you disagree with me, or you will beat me, I'll put love in the world.
I mean, that's the job we're in. Either ways, you know, we get attacked for what we do, whether we like it or not. So you said diet.
I said diet.
Movement.
Movement, that's an exercise.
Okay, so you exercise a lot.
Yes, I do. Cardio, my 5 kilometers, I walk every day. I exercise at least 1.5 or 2 hours. 5 times out of this. So I do physical stress, you know, training. Sometimes I use my own body weight. Sometimes I also lift weights. And then I think happy thoughts. So, you know, your brain or your thoughts, it's always, every time a great idea comes into your head, the ants come, which is automatic negative thoughts. You know, and
they always find a way to creep in, right?
Exactly. Yeah. Because that is the nature of nature. It is both positive and negative. So immediately you think, oh, I'm going to become president of Ghana. Then something says, how dare you? You don't even join a party. You are not this. You know. So that automatic negative thoughts creates a certain ceiling for us. And that particular ceiling restricts us from becoming happy. So I want to be happy. Then automatic negative thoughts say you don't have enough money. You don't even have a girlfriend. Your wife just said this.
Why are you talking about me? Why are you talking about me? I thought we were having a random conversation.
You know, so to be able to be strong all the time, have a beautiful smile, radiant skin, you, apart from eating the right things and exercising,
very true.
You need to think happy thoughts.
That's very true.
You need to look at yourself in the future, in a mansion, in your favorite car, with your favorite relations. Think of your children, their skin color, their hair texture. Look at the future of yourself. In the moment, always turn on your happy genes. Now, once you are happy all the time, and I'm not saying that sometimes negative thoughts will not come in and make you sad, but you immediately it comes, you switch it back and remember that you have power over your emotions. Once you are like that, you will never age.
Do you think we have to get to a certain place in life to experience these things? Because I'm asking this because you've been through so much in music, right?
Yes.
Your life is very public, or to some extent public.
It
you
is
let
public.
us know
It is
what you want to let us know.
It's public.
So these took a couple of years for you, right? Somebody watching this might say, for me, mine, I need to have a certain car. I need to be with a certain type of woman. I need to live in a certain house or a certain area. Maybe I don't need to be in Ghana to experience this level of happiness. So for that person, right, who is not where they want to be at any level, happiness, they may say, may be difficult to reach them, or they might find difficulty in getting to that happiness you're talking about, that level of bliss.
Yes.
What do you say to them? How do they find that happiness there?
I mean, so it's like the funniest comedian can tell the best joke, and there's one person in the crowd who is not laughing. Everyone else, but one person, it's not that the joke is not funny, but the comedian responsibility is to tell the joke. But you are the one who turns the laughter on. That's exactly how happiness is. So there's something that we call destination happiness. That's why once I am moved up to become manager, I'll be happy. Once I get that Mercedes Benz, I'll be happy. Once I get that girlfriend, once I get that money, once I go and live in England, I'll become happy. It is destination happiness. It is the society's trick to shift our focus from the sudden, beautiful present of the moment. So, your mother will tell you when you are a child, you can't get everything you want. Or they tell you that. And then they also tell you, once you come number 1 in class, I'll give you a phone. So, then your whole trick of being happy is now shifted to a time where you have done something. It's related to a certain responsibility. Then, as you grow up, if you pay attention, you realize that happiness is not an external agency. It is inside you.
Because it's like a loop.
Exactly. So you just turn it on. So for a person that has been programmed through education, through the tradition, through socialization, through parents, through that. Your happiness comes from an external agency. Once you've watched a movie, that's why everyone is doing Netflix.
Yeah.
Once you see a beautiful person on Instagram, or once you have listened to a joke, for a person that has been programmed like that, I'm telling you today that it is the society's way to get you to work. Just your happiness is inside your head. You just turn it on. I am happy. That's it.
Yeah.
You don't need a movie. You don't need someone to tell you something. You don't need a girlfriend. All you need to do is to realize that you are in this moment, whether it's God or the universe, whichever you believe in, has blessed you with this presence, and that you are alive. And when you woke up, 1 million people died, but you didn't. You are breathing out, and you can feel, you can see. That is enough for you to be happy.
Yeah, but it seems like, we're talking about scrolling, and social media hasn't helped us at all. Because even as a human race, our attention span has heavily reduced. I think it's somewhere around 7 seconds. After 7 seconds, we're looking for the next thing. That is why social media works. That's why scrolling. That's why quick videos came. How do you protect your family when it comes to social media and these external factors? For example, right, we look at the prison system, and I was watching a documentary where people in prison, because they don't have other things to focus on, they don't have these options. That's why they become so healthy and they become buff, because they've been confined to a certain space, to a certain thing to do. But now it seems like these options in this world which we're in are actually not helping us. So again, back to the question with the clothes, with the women, with the cars, there's always that next thing. How do you keep your family and yourself in a safe space?
For me, I have total control over it. Because the brain has two key parts. So there's a subconscious mind and a conscious mind. The conscious mind, which is, or the frontal cortex for a boy, develops after around 25 or 24 to 25. That is the part of the brain which is responsible for good social behavior. That's the part of the brain that can say, okay, I will do this, I won't do that. For children like my son and my daughter, like 14 and 13, that part of their brains have not yet developed. And so there is a parent's responsibility to be the frontal cortex.
Okay.
And they think, say, oh, shame is so.
Okay.
I want to express myself, that I just want to watch this thing for 1 more minute.
Yeah.
So it is a tough call for me, because I am a person that wants people to feel free. But however, to find a balance between they watching what they want and control or trying to instill discipline whilst they find freedom. And I'll be honest with you, it is a really tough thing in my home.
I can imagine.
It is tough, because I could easily say that, okay, I have a timetable. On weekdays, you can go online for 1 hour, after which I'll come and check. Yes. But another thing that we do is that there's a software called Kaspersky, which my wife puts on their laptops and all their tabs. And so if on Saturday you are supposed to be online for 2 hours, once you are done with 2 hours, Kaspersky shuts the thing off.
Oh, these smokes.
Yes. Yes. So it just shuts the thing off, and that is one of the ways. But for me, in my house, we say that rules are for fools.
Wow.
Yes, because if you act out of love, you don't need rules. That's why in the Bible, Jesus Christ said, out of everything I've said, the two most important ones are love your neighbor and then respect God. Because if a person is acting out of love, there's no way you must give them rules.
But if you give this love, external factors can disrupt this love, because you're showing me love. You're impacting knowledge in me. It's up to me to either carry forward or not. But I can come back with that negative energy, or, I can attack you. So to some extent, whether it's from another external factor like you to your kids who's enforcing these rules, or to yourself who can stand and fight against these rules, aren't they still important though?
Yeah, I mean, the key idea in life, but they don't tell us, is to get to a certain place where you are the way you are, whether someone is worrying you or not.
Okay.
So you need to be able to get to a place where, so for example, I will never be seen in public insulting someone.
Okay.
I will, like you see the things people write about me on Twitter. It is impossible for me to come back with a rebuttal saying, your mother, or you are a fool. I can't say, it cannot come out of me, because I no longer have it in me. Of course, I have negative energy, but that negative energy is to be used when I am in trouble, when my life is in danger, when an armed robber comes to my house
Okay.
Then the negative energy will come for me to shoot
Right.
him.
Okay.
But as I'm dealing with you, if you say, Ocham, your nose is too big, or you are a foolish man, it doesn't change who I am.
So it's not about what's happening to you, it's about how you respond to what's happening to you.
Exactly.
I mean, I learned stoicism, so I learned that from there.
Exactly.
Very
So
deep
because
stuff.
the
Yeah.
same hot water that will make the egg hard,
Yeah.
you know, can make something else that is hard soft.
Okay, so Okyeame, everything you're saying, right? It's well and true. If you study these things, and I feel for people who've understood life, they know what you're saying, right? About being disciplined with yourself and tolerant of others. That's an example. So in terms of politics and the youth, right? The problem is not everyone has gotten to this level of understanding. So for example, when you're talking about politics, you know, you spoke about us working on ourselves and, you know, let's fix our mindset, let's fix our health. That's what's going to build the nation.
Yes.
Holistically, that's what you say.
Yes, all the
time. But the thing is, not everyone is here. Not everyone has gotten to Okyeame's level again of understanding. That is why people may respond the way they respond to what you're saying. Do you understand that?
I do.
Because that's what you said. You said, you fix the country starting with your health, the mindset, then your family, your work. If we all start a small light in our little corners, Ghana will become bright. All the names you have mentioned can also light a small flame. Sorry, politicians.
Yeah, all that is mentioned.
Yes,
so,
yes. However, Ghana cannot be fixed by one man, no messiah in politics. And that makes so much sense, right? Yes. That we have to come together to build the nation.
Or, I think the coming together is the problem. Or we have to individually. We have to individually just light up. Individually. So you are 19, you go to KNUST, and then you don't learn. And when it gets to the time for the exam, you write all the answers on your hand. And then you blame someone, you blame the police for taking bribes. You have forgotten that you are also corrupt. You see, you have 2 girlfriends, and none of them know that they are in a polygamous marriage, and you are taking HIV, STDs from girlfriend A and giving it to girlfriend B, but you are blaming someone else for corruption.
Okay, so what if that person who's given the disease says, okay, I'm going to look for someone who's not going to give that disease to be in charge, hence the politicians and those who are supposed to make sure things are in place.
Exactly.
I think that's the problem people have,
yeah,
right?
See, but I never stop anyone from getting the person that they have voted for to do the right thing. We need to do that.
Okay.
But I know it won't go anywhere. But
getting them to do the right thing.
No, you can't get me to do the right thing. I am your boss. You have voted for me. Therefore, you can never get, all you can do is just run.
So should we have no expectations of people in power? No expectations.
I mean, if you go and cast your vote, you need to have an expectation. If you go and cast your vote. And then you must also try your best to get them to do the right thing through naming and shaming, through letters, through due diligence and that. Maybe if there's an ounce of morality and ethics in them, then they might react positively to what you are saying. But it is just a maybe because they have the power already.
Okay.
I'm telling you that even if a leader with the best intentions sits over a group of 30 million people, that almost all of us are corrupt, this nation will get nowhere. So yes, we force them to do the right thing. But we do the right thing too. So we can't force leaders to do the right thing while we continuously do the wrong things.
Okay.
If I beat my child, every time my child does something bad, I beat him. My child grows up to find out that making a mistake is tantamount to physical pain. Therefore, he will not create anything for him to make a mistake so that he gets a certain psychological pain which is associated with that physical pain. My child grows up to have the glass ceiling and has now developed overthinking because I beat him. I've corrupted the child. So this is not a conversation.
But there should be a little level of punishment, maybe once in a while.
No, not physical whipping.
Yeah, I mean, not even necessarily physical, right?
Exactly.
How you deal or you raise your child.
Exactly.
Because I think people may also feel that why isn't Okyeame attacking the people in power, so to speak, as much as he's telling us to work on ourselves?
But why do I attack the people in power?
Okay.
Because I know they won't do what they're supposed to.
You just accepted that they're not going to do it.
Look, someone has been paid to make sure that Accra looks beautiful.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
There's a ministry for cleaning.
Yes.
There's a ministry for beautification.
Yes.
And then you drive around and it doesn't look beautiful. So that person, when he's going to work, doesn't he know that his mandate is to make sure that place is clean and grass is manicured and flowers are coming up. They know, but they don't do it because they don't have morals.
So do you think voting is even necessary?
For me,
Generally, like if you have the powers that be, would you even think voting should happen at all?
I think that voting should happen, but I also think that the democracy that we have imported from the West must be relooked at based on who we are.
Oh.
Yes, the voting is necessary. For example, why must it be looked at? The executive appoints the head of police. The executive appoints the head of judiciary, appoints the head of the AG, Attorney General, the executive. So, since their form of politics is based on checks and balances, if I have appointed my friend, my classmate, as Attorney General or as Chief Justice, who will win in a court case against me? So there's no checks and balances. And just as you know, absolute power corrupts absolutely.
Yeah.
So we need to relook at, we need to allow the police to take their own boss. We need to allow the judges to get their own boss.
That's what you would do.
We need, exactly, we need to allow the lawyers to get their own AG. And once that is happening, we need to let these government companies get their own CEO based on merit. And then one other thing that corrupts our country is the concept of how we elect our MPs. You know, so there's this delegate system, and then that delegate system, so someone will come from Accra into his village, and because he has money, he shares things, and then they put him forward. How can this same person come back to say that we have to not become corrupt?
So your issue basically is the whole system has to be changed from the ground up. That's what you're putting across.
That's what I'm saying.
But you see, the thing is, people are saying that since your system hasn't been put across, your solutions also won't work. That's, I think, I'm trying to understand.
But we have tried. We have tried this one,
and it's not working.
And it has not worked. Has it worked?
I mean,
look at it. For the delegate system, if we allow people who want to become MPs, if we allow every card holding member of the party to vote for that person that wants to become MP, how is he going to bribe all the 7 million card holding members?
Okay.
Exactly. So we need to want the change by beginning with ourselves, beginning with the way we interact with our children, the way we work out.
Oh, that's definitely important.
The way we work out,
mean,
the way we love our wives, the way we talk to our girlfriends. I'm telling you, that is it. That is it.
Why isn't love working in this generation? I'm sorry, like I'm enjoying this conversation we're having so much. I apologize.
No, it's all right, it's all right. Forget music. Love is more important than music. I'm telling you.
Why isn't love working amongst us?
I think that love has worked better in this generation than any other generation in the world. I'm not kidding.
Please.
I'm not kidding. Let us. Yes. So
love is working now.
I'm telling you.
Divorces are skyrocketing.
No. You are talking of
cheating.
You are talking of romantic love. When you said love, I was looking at universal love.
Oh, me, I'm talking about boys and girls. I don't feel you don't reply my message. That kind of love. And in the background are going through it.
Okay, so I honestly think that the concept of love has not been understood properly. What we call love, based on the question you asked, is a system of codependency.
That's what we call love.
Yes, it is not love. Love is a quality. It's not a quantity. It's a quality that already exists in man. That as a child is growing, they use the religion, the tradition, the education, the competition, the envy. They cover the love with it. So that by the time that person grows, he's so selfish and greedy that he cannot share that love because he cannot find it. So it needs uncovering. To answer your question, a person must uncover the true love that exists within them because of all the nonsense the society puts on it.
Okay.
Before that person can love someone else, that Christ said, love your neighbor as yourself, which means you need to love yourself first. Before you love yourself, you need to know yourself. Before you know yourself, you need to discover yourself. So it must go through a period of self-discovery and get to a point where you have loved yourself for you to say that, oh, my wife is a part of myself. Therefore, I love my wife as I love myself.
That's why it's not working amongst us.
So, because the society has heaped it up. But I'm telling you that it has never worked before. It's not as though it used to work in the past and it is not working now.
Really?
No. Love, relationships, you see, the idea of marriage itself was built on anxiety. It was built on fear. And everything that is built on fear cannot blossom.
Wow.
Yes. So the idea of marriage, okay, I love you, you love me, then let's go to court and sign. Why? Because one day you might change your mind. And when you change your mind, what will I and my children do?
I mean, I get what you're saying, right? But there has to be a level of commitment. Like with everything, we spoke about discipline, we spoke about going to the gym, we spoke about school. You have to go at this time and leave at this time. I can say I love you.
Yes.
How do I show I love you? How do I prove I love you? How do I tell the whole world I love you? Maybe that's where signing comes in. That's where marriage comes in. Everybody knows I love you. This is officially saying I love you, even though right now I feel like it's not working as much as before.
I have been with my wife for almost 20 years. I've been married for 15 years.
Can I please get a castle in the background
Yes,
for that?
yes,
20 years.
Yes.
Wow.
We've been married for 15 years. I'm not always in love with her. But I love her all the time.
Hey. Okay.
Yes.
Okay, being in love and loving is different.
Two completely different things. The being in love is a chemical reaction of your brain knowing that whenever I get close to this lady, I feel good. Therefore, let me produce more oxytocin, which will lead to a dopamine, which will lead to, melatonin. And therefore, I feel so happy when I'm with her. So let me keep going to her.
All these chemical reactions.
It's a chemical, it's a physical thing.
Yeah.
But love is a spiritual thing. So I love my wife all the time because I will never do anything to hurt her intentionally. Okay. And I have promised myself that I'm going to make sure that she blossoms, no matter how she treats me.
No matter how she treats
you. No matter what, because we've already established that it is not about external stimuli or an external agency. It's about who you are. So I am love. And because I am love, I do not change my nature if I'm faced with hate. You get it? A person must get here first before he can. But the falling in love is that thing that happens when you have met the girl. And you both like Banku, you both like movies, you both like a BMW, and you are in it, and then 2 weeks later,
the reason I feel like it worked back in the day, like you're saying you've been married for 20 years, I can say that's back in the day, right? 20 years is relatively.
I'm telling you,
relatively.
I saw when I was growing up, I'm 48 years old. I'm telling you, marriages are sweeter now than they used to be.
What? Okyeame?
I'm telling you, you don't know what you're talking about.
Do you know what? Okay, so the thing is, right? Kudos to you and your wife. I feel like you people have found a certain level of understanding. But we're in a situation in society where now we have so many options, and it doesn't seem like those options have held us. For example, right? I'm with a beautiful girl. Now look on Instagram. There's 1,000 more beautiful girls out there. Maybe I can go for that one. I'm with her, then I want the next thing, then I want the next thing. With all these things thrown in our faces, and I think that's the problem women are also facing. So many options. They feel like they have so many options, but for women, it's not even as easier because out of 10 guys, how many of those men are high-value men? Not even money-wise, but how many men are not going to abuse you, are going to take care of you, are going to love you like you're saying, are going to treat you well and take care of your kids? You know, we have a lot of ladies who don't have men around. And we've seen statistically that children raised in single mother homes don't do well. Maybe it's because of the difficulty of raising a child on a woman's own. These things are happening.
Yes.
So with all these things that are happening and all these things going on, how is love better now?
So full stop. Let us go back to 50 years old.
Yes.
So now, as you have a girl, if you have another one,
which I don't have.
Yes. If when you get another one, you hide it from her. Because the society sort of forbid you to do that. And once you go and do the marriage, if you don't do the traditional one, you do the ordinance one, the laws of the nation forbids you to have another one. But let's go 50 years ago. My grandfather had 4 wives.
Wowza.
And he used the children of those 4 wives to organize his cocoa farm. And now all those 4 wives, every night that my grandfather went to be with wife A, all the 3 other wives had hypertension. Is that love? Why did those 3 other women allow my rich grandfather to marry them? Because the society told them that if you're a woman and you do not have a man, you are nothing. Is that love? Because they wanted to be seen as the wives of such and such and such man. Is that love? All that is not love. All this codependency. That is, so a lot of marriages were safe. Women stayed in marriages because they didn't have option one, and two, because the society's rod on whipping a woman into staying inside a marriage that depressed her was so strong. The society's arm was so strong that most of the women that stayed in those marriages until they died, they stayed in there because they were afraid of social repercussions. That is not love.
So you feel now that marriages are not working out, it's better?
It's better for the marriages not to work.
Hey.
You see, these are the things that I say. If you are in a marriage, that the marriage is depressing you. You are in a marriage, your husband is abusing you, but you are a Christian. And Jesus Christ says in Matthew 19 that the only way you can leave your marriage is when someone has cheated or when there is infidelity.
Yes, that's
Therefore, he's abusing you verbally. He's abusing you emotionally. He's destroying your psyche. He's not allowing you to live your dream. But you stay there because as a Christian, if you leave the community, the congregation will punish you.
So
that is not love.
I also understand this. But now the problem we're facing is people can stand on anything and say, I'm not happy, right? Now, relationships are all about compromise. Everybody has what makes them happy. Now, if we're together for 5 years, I could wake up one morning and say, or she could wake up and say, he's just not making me happy anymore. Maybe we don't have that intimacy anymore.
That's what is happening now.
Is that fair, though?
It is not
like,
fair.
There's no level of compromise now. We've become so focused, right? We've become so hyper-focused on happiness. If it doesn't serve me, it's not, I'm not doing it.
That's why I'm saying that I would, for you to find someone, in my book, Love Lockdown, I think it's chapter 3 or something, we look at the concept of finding someone to love me or finding someone to love. You don't go into a relationship finding someone to love you. If you love yourself enough, you don't need any outside validation.
I think that's more for a man.
It is also for a woman.
For a very stoic man.
No.
You have to go and fight.
No. It is also for a woman.
If my wife... We want respect.
Why do you want respect?
We need respect.
You don't. If you need respect, then you have not become love.
If you come to my house and my wife is disrespecting me, that's going to be a tough pill for me to swallow.
Why?
It doesn't mean, under no circumstance should a man abuse a woman. That's different.
Hold on. Let us relook at the word respect. What is the meaning of respect? The word spect is has a Latin origin, spectum, and then a Greek origin, specta, which means to look. Spectacles. Spect, to look. Re means again. So the word respect means to look at me again. I am the Okyeame Kwame, your husband, the man who is older than you. I feed you. How dare you say this to me? So respect is of the ego. It is, the society puts respect at a place where the love we are talking about is supposed to be. If you love a person, you don't need to respect them again because the love is enough.
What?
Yes. Because if I love you, I will never disrespect you. That's why the conversation on the love should be taught in schools. It must be researched again, because I'm telling you, once love comes back into the society, every problem in this world will go away. Climate change, wars, child hunger, poverty, everything goes away. That's why I am so happy about love. Oh, keep quiet. You are listening to my conversation.
I feel like we're going to carry on. I feel like this is very broad because the reason why I feel like respect is important from my perspective is love can manifest itself in many ways. Let me give you an example, right? I love you, or I love a woman. But jealousy can be a source of love from my perspective because I love her. I'm showering her with all these things. Why does she go and seek it somewhere else? That is why some men, which is wrong, become abusive because they're investing in you emotionally, mentally, physically, financially. I'm giving you all this love, but it seems like it's not enough for you.
Giving love.
They feel like
that is not love. That's why we need to look at it.
So how does love manifest?
You see, love manifests in a way, say, hey, baby, I love you so much. And if you think there's so much oil on my nose and you no longer want to be with me, all right. Keep stepping. I still respect you. I'll never go on social media and say that you did this, you did that. Even when we have broken up, I still love you because love goes nowhere. Love is not a quantity. It is a quality. We need to look at it again because you don't have to my wife doesn't have to respect me. If she loves me, it is enough. And if she loves me, once it gets to a point where I've become boring, and then she can no longer deal with my crap, I expect her to tell me nicely and walk away. And I'll be happy that I'm no longer in a relationship with a person who finds me boring.
Okay.
Then I can get someone else to love.
Okay.
And I think if we look at it like that, without attachment and social bondage, all relationships will be fluid. I don't need to tell my wife I love you.
I mean, I have more perspectives on this, but of course, we don't have too much time. I'm going to bring you here again.
Okay.
Then we'll have
more
of a broad conversation. Because
I drove 1 hour away from me. I just coming from here. Forgive me. Maybe we have to continue the conversation next week.
Yes. We definitely will find time. We'll have a very expansive conversation with probably some guests, to look at this more, because I don't know, like
they lie to you about respect.
People,
I'm telling you.
I think like people stand on so many different ideologies to do what they want, and that's fine. Everybody can do what they want, but when it comes to two people, both from the man's end and the woman's end, there has to be compromise. And I feel like my generation does not want to compromise on any level.
It is not.
Somebody
it's
will
the
say,
same everywhere.
Somebody will say, my love language is money every week. If I don't provide it, no problem. That's the same way. Let me also say for a guy too, my love language is if I don't hear from you every single second of the day, then that means you don't love me. That's my love language, right?
But that is not love language. That's an attachment language.
That is what we are saying.
Exactly, because love has no boundaries. Love is freedom. Love is a bird. It flies, it blossoms, it flowers, it perfumes. It has nothing to do with what someone else is doing. Nothing. It is about you. The love that you want to see in this world is inside you.
Okay.
It is not outside anyway. So if a woman no longer wants to cook for you or clean for you, that's what she wants to do. You need to respect.
So if a man also says, okay, then we can't be together, that's also fine.
Yes!
Okay. Please send us messages, MXN4 TV, #ZMX Live, we're about the conversation. Music.
Yes.
You've been doing this for how many years now?
For 26 years.
We've lost count because it goes on and on, which is so commendable.
Thank you.
I'm sure you hear this a lot, but I was telling my brother, today that it's something that we don't speak about enough. Being out there as long as you've been, being as active as you've been, being as level-headed as you've been, having these conversations, because I grew up on you. And you're talking to me like a little brother. That means a lot to me. And that's manifesting in the music. In the recent times, you work with Kwame Eugene, with Kim Paluta, with Kofi Kinata. Why is it so important for you, as legendary as you are? You could take man, I've been doing this. I've shown all the love. I've given all the respect, right? But now you're working with these young guys. The music is good. It's working out. Why is that so important to you?
It's because if I don't do it, I die. I think my key occupation in this world now is to be a father and a husband to my beautiful wife. But beneath that, immediately is my craft. I'm an artist. I'm an entertainer. If I don't entertain, what am I doing here? And then I also get the opportunity to use that to spread my message of love. I use that to encourage young people to get up. I use that, and then once the music gives me a certain level of pedestal, then I can spread the love that I want. So the key thing is that now I am just all love, and I love the music. I love to do it, whether no one will listen to it.
Yeah.
I love it. I love it so much that I can't stop doing it. I don't think I will ever, even if I have one fan in the whole of Ghana.
Oh, there you've gone one.
I will, yes. I will make that music
one,
for that one person, because I love music. I also make it for myself. It's therapeutic for me. It's beautiful. No, when I'm in the studio working, especially with young people, I get so inspired. I just fall in love with myself.
The unfortunate thing about this world we live in is, as much as you're giving love, you don't always get it back. Now you're working with, just like I said, the compliments I gave you is me seeing you working with young people. Social media might say, why is he taking advantage or riding on the success of other people? What's your answers to them as somebody who is spreading love and positivity in such a negative society?
Well, how do I say? I wake up in the morning to go and do what I want to do.
Okay.
People are free to say what they want to say about it. So I don't even judge it.
Okay.
But there's a certain level of truth in what they are saying. There's a certain level of truth in what they're saying. I'm doing a song with Kwame Eugene, becomes a hit instantly. Why? Because Kwame Eugene is an instant hit. There was a time when everybody had to do a song with me, the same way we are doing songs with Kwame Eugene to hit.
Yeah.
That period of my career is in the past. Maybe it will come again. Maybe it won't come again. Is that the reason why I must be so arrogant and see that I respect myself so much that I see a great opportunity to work with Kwame Eugene and MOG and Kenata so that my thing will pop? I'll get the opportunity to be reintroduced to a new constituency of young people. And I say, I won't take advantage because I am the Okyeame Kwame.
Yeah.
No, never. Plus, do I give them something back? Because this life we are in, it's about value exchange. What do I give Kwame Eugene back? He gets advice. He also gets to tap into my constituency.
Yes, of course.
You know, which is a very big constituency, which is the CEOs, which is the GMs of the companies that are about to sign him. And so they also get something back.
Yes.
But for me, love is not about, it's not a give and take affair. It's a give affair. I don't do music with anyone that I don't vibe with. Because, yes, because there must be a relationship there.
Yeah.
You know, there must be, and if we get the opportunity to, out of that relationship, make beautiful music together, it is great. As you are there at home and you do not agree with what I have done, that's all you can do. Don't agree.
Is it this level of understanding a lot of us don't have? Is that the reason why, you know, we compare ourselves to all these other countries and say, oh, we're not doing features, we're not going here, we're not doing this? Even though there's nothing wrong with tapping into somebody's market. Is that why the Ghana music industry, per the conversations we have all the time, is that why we are where we still are?
Yes, completely. It's because we compete. And I'm telling you that every time you are creating something with competition in mind, that thing will lack something.
That's deep.
Yes, it moves from being an art form to creating a product because it is not authentic. Art is about originality. It's about the expression of your soul. So if I am expressing Davido's soul, I am creating something similar to Davido's art. Therefore, I'm creating a product. So we need to stop comparing Ghana, Nigeria. We are the same people with imaginary lines drawn by Europeans to change us from being able to work together, from being able to trade amongst ourselves, increase our number, and have a potent place in this whole world marketplace. These things we are allowing it to happen to us. When Nigeria wins, Ghana wins. When Ghana wins, everybody is winning. At the end of the day, the most important thing is that an artist gets to create art. And based on the resources that he has, he's been able to reach 7 people or 7 billion people because of the quality of the art and the quality of the management and the amount of love people have for him and his personal, the quality of his energy. You know, so you never know. And plus, sometimes you start life with someone and then immediately they become millionaires.
Yeah.
And then some way, 20 years later, you also become millionaires and you both win together. Or he becomes a billionaire, you become a millionaire, or he becomes poor, you become... The competition has nothing to do with this life. Your life is throbbing inside of you. That's why I always come back to you. Your life is happening inside you. If you can focus on the life inside of you, which is your music, and when I say inside here, I mean Ghana. If we can focus and create authentic music, bringing in, lowering our ego, forgetting about this respect thing we are talking about, bringing in more live instrumentalists, someone to play the flute, someone to play the live guitar, someone to play the bass, someone to play the original percussion of how the guns used to play inside the music. The quality of the music and the energies involved in the music will become so big that the world will hear it and it will be instant.
Okay, so like you said, someone playing the guitar, someone playing the drums, someone playing the bass, and all these things. Let's use that analogy for a structure that has been put in place, right? Like Gamro, you know, artists complain about it every time. Should something be done about that, or should we still just forget it and focus on ourselves as creators? Because these are structures we feel should probably pay us royalties. Artists feel like these things are not happening. Again, this money comes from them. It's not about what's necessarily inside the artist. Even though I agree,
the money from Gamro is yours. If you're an artist and you have created work, and Gamro has gone to license a radio station and collected your money, your copyright, you must receive royalties. It is due you. So you must go to Gamro when 100 top artists decide to understand, not from an antagonizing finger wagging way, Gamro, not like that. But if 100 top artists goes to Gamro to say, guys, what is the problem? Aren't we creative and intelligent enough to be able to do this. And they sit, I've worked at Gamro for 7 months. I think I know what is the problem of Gamro.
You care sharing?
Yes. Gamro has 3 key problems. The first one is it is set up under the Attorney General's office. The Attorney General doesn't care. One. The second one is that Gamro is licensing companies and agencies to collect money for artists who do not care. And because of these 2 reasons, the Gamro's boss, which is the AG, don't care, and the second Gamro's boss, which is the artist, also don't care. Gamro also don't care.
Oh.
So these are the 3 key reasons why Gamro doesn't function. Because top artists don't go to Gamro. For Gamro to be able to collect your money and come and give it to you at the right time, you need to do something that we call assignment of deeds. You need to go there, fill forms, do the spreadsheet. How many people did you do the song with? Give everybody their percentage and sign a deed that I, Okyeame Kwame, have allowed Gamro to go to Peace FM to collect my money. Now, the fourth problem with Gamro is that the TV stations like yourself and Peace FM and City and Joy and television stations, they don't pay. At the end of the year, they find something through the Ghana Independent Broadcasters Association, which is GIBA, to give to Gamro. Because we have a law that says that every time you play an Okyeame Kwame song, you should log. But we do not have a law that says every log should cost you 1 Ghana. So it is the AG's responsibility to fix that. And then together we all enforce it. This problem can be solved if all of us care, or if musicians alone, myself, Shatawale, Sarkodie, Stone.
So we don't care enough?
We don't care.
Because with the names that you mentioned, that means we're going to have to go to them.
Exactly.
That's like you're saying, these things have to happen.
Yes, so we need to come together and then
so the coming together is the problem.
And go and sit down.
There are problems on both ends, from the artists and from the structures.
Yes,
that is it.
Completely.
Okay.
And it is a really simple problem to solve.
Do you see it being solved anytime soon, honestly?
See, if I decide to be a part of the solution, it will be solved. But my hands
so why aren't you deciding?
My hands are full. At the right time, I'll go and do it.
You will?
Yes, not as a board chair or a chair on the Gamro board, but as an advocate, which I have realized is how I put love in the world. So at the right time, I'll call the artist and then tell them what is truly happening for us to write letters to the AG, write letters to Gamro, and bring international agencies to come and show us best practices. And then I think we can fix it.
Okay. So until these things get solved, is that, or would you advise artists, like Adina is into fashion, she's doing her own thing, D Black has his nightclubs he's doing, you have now your boxer line, you've been working on your events and stuff. Is that the advice you'd give artists? Go into your business until that happens?
Yes. So not until we can, so for an artist, there's not a single musician in the world who's made money and been able to sustain his career, or maybe a few of them, without doing...
Look at your boxer! Yay!
Yes.
He's got abs at what? 40 what?
48.
Wow!
Yes.
I need to hit the gym,
self-love, bro. Self-love. See, the green thing. So that Michael Jackson made his money from Pepsi. Jay-Z made his money from rocker. And now alcohol. Diddy made his money from Sean John.
50 Cent from
movies and selling tie pins.
Yeah.
Every single artist that makes real money makes it from merchandise.
Okay.
So, because the music is abstract, it can be sold for $1 million or $1 billion or nothing. People can go and download my music for free. But they can't come and take my boxer shorts for free. I have to give it to them for free. Therefore, once you have developed a name, you've made name, and you are positioned in the minds of the people, you need to sell something. It is the management, every single artist manager's responsibility to make sure that their artist is selling something. Because I think that at least 50% of Ghanaians know who Okyeame Kwame is. So if I'm not selling anything, the whole week that they are just mentioning my name and dancing to my music, what do I get? So every artist, and it's not just a musician or an actor, you must also sell something. I can see your face in t-shirts and the girls are buying it. You must sell something. You must go into brand. Why was GT Bank and MTN and all these companies and Samsung, so Guinness, interested in signing artists and using our faces to sell the product? Because our faces brought the customer.
That's another conversation where artists say endorsements are just not coming their way. It's a select few, the top 1%. That's another conversation,
But
right?
that's a conversation that you should have with artist managers. It's like my wife.
So they have to find a
They
way
fight
to go.
position.
Okay.
I'm telling you.
It's not about how necessarily big your name even is, per what you're saying.
Exactly. You need to align your values as a brand to the brand that you want to be associated with values. When I played Warsaw, because of the can-do spirit in the song, MTN made me a brand ambassador. Because at that time, the spirit of MTN was can-do.
Just aligned, right?
Exactly. I became the face of Coca-Cola because I wore a red jacket on my Marine Sem album. And Coca-Cola is red. So they saw the synergy. So you need to be intentional about it.
It comes back to what we're saying at the beginning of, it starts with you.
Everything starts and
some artists watching will be like, oh, bro, penny, then forgive when the money. But I do get what you're saying, about it starting from you, even though I also believe there has to be some level of accountability, just like in relationships.
There must be accountability, not some level. If you come and lie to people or you promise people that you are going to do A, B, C, D, E, and you don't do it, they have the right
just
to come.
Just like in marriage, you said you not cheat, but now you're leaving me and cheating. You see,
what
the wife has to be held accountable. The husband has to be held accountable.
No, but
okay, we're not going to go.
I am the one who's promised my wife that I will not have extramarital affairs.
Yes.
But do I do it for my wife or I do it for my dignity? I do it for myself.
But that's a commitment you made to her.
Yes, when I was young. Now,
a commitment is a commitment.
Yes, but I'm saying that I'm not throwing away the commitment.
A contract is a contract.
Yes, but I'm telling you that now that I have become of age, not having extramarital affairs makes me a happier man. It makes me a responsible man. It tells my subconscious mind that my frontal cortex is in control. It's about me, not her.
Another thing is, Okyeame, with everything that you're doing, everything that we've spoken about, your music is breaking boundaries. You've been nominated again in Ghana and in the States.
Yes.
Do you think you're excited or are you used to it? Because it's been like, 26 years? You've been nominated.
And when I was all around the world, I get excited. I love it. I love it. I'm not saying that I don't love it when people listen to my music or buy my boxer shorts. I love it. That's how I live. So it is really exciting for me that after 26 years, I still get to be nominated.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, among some amazing artists.
Yes. And I want to thank Kim Paluta for his verse on the track. I think that is one of the key reasons why people listen to the music.
Nice. I also love the fact that you acknowledge so much, these young artists and appreciate.
Yes.
I don't think we have enough of that. Now, also, wrap up the year at the Ghana Music US Awards. Okyeame, how does this one feel too?
It feels great. It feels great. And so when I posted this video, I wrote under it, I survived the 90s, I survived the 20s, I survived the 2010s, and I'm surviving the 2020s.
Yeah, you are. You are.
And as a rapper, you don't know how amazing this is. Even if I don't win, everybody in Nosak, strong man, medical, everybody in that circle must beat me. Everybody there must beat me. Why? Because hindsight is 2020. They know what we did and they have improved upon it. But I also know what I did and I keep improving on myself. That is one of the key reasons why I'm still able to.
Maybe it's the fact that you're sticking to your authentic African
give it to me. It's not maybe.
That's right.
That is it. It's because it is about authenticity.
Do we have enough of that though? Before you leave, do we have enough of that?
We need it.
Do we have enough from the artists? That authentic, whether it's through the music or the fashion or how we express ourselves. Do we have enough?
We don't. We don't. And it's because of socialization. Because
so sometimes you feel left alone.
Oh.
I mean, not necessarily from a point of pain or anger, but for the fact that you might be fighting for it on the level you are, again, alone.
Because the Made in Ghana, but you can see that when I started the Made in Ghana campaign, even before I started, people like Manifest and like EL, go and watch their videos.
Yes.
Without saying Made in Ghana, they were expressing that these are really cool guys that young people at that time were crazy about. And that the bees and affluent young, young kids were crazy about them. They were wearing prints. And it did something to the industry. I don't feel lonely because people like President Kufuor established the Friday Way, which got a lot more people in corporate to buy print, and then they made sure that they will encourage people to buy the African print that's printed from here. So it is the same concept. What GTA is doing, what the ministry is doing, it is the same, it is the very exact thing. I don't know if you saw the Kim Promise marriage or video that was trending about 2 weeks ago.
All in Kente,
everybody
right?
in Kente, all your favorite stars in Kente.
Yeah.
So I don't feel alone, because I see that even marriages are shifting from white weddings to traditional weddings, where the ladies are more happy to wear
in the pockets today, Mongo.
Yeah, you see, and when we spoke about marriage, there's something that I didn't say that I would like to say.
Please do before you leave us.
There's a contrast in the way men see women and how women see men. It is hypergamy versus hypogamy. You know, so when a woman is choosing a man, she, like you rightly said, she's choosing
the high value man.
Exactly.
Which is true.
Exactly. But when a man...
Which is true.
Yes, it is true. Completely. But
Yeah.
when a man is choosing a woman, he's choosing someone to help.
Yes.
He's choosing someone to blossom.
Yes.
So unless that comes together... So I don't blame the girls when they say that you need to go out there and do something before you qualify to date.
But do you blame us when we say they also need to do certain things we want them to
Not
do?
at all. See, I chose my wife because she had finished law school.
Oh, school. Are you going back again? I mean, after you and her? Or
we no, what I'm saying is that I chose my wife 20 years ago because she had finished law school.
Okay.
Exactly.
Okay.
So
you guys there, are you going to go again?
Definitely. I'm going back to school from June. I will never stop learning. You see the guy that's my music teacher.
Okay.
Yes.
So what are you going to study for, I may ask?
I'm doing anthropology, a PhD in anthropology. So that when I retire, I can put all these ideas together, write it down, and then maybe force the government to start a ministry for research and development. And then we can encourage research and development. People will become truth-seeking Ghanaians.
Okyeame, thank you so much.
In the building.
I mean, I wish we could talk some more, man. You know, the fact that, you're so open-minded to listen.
Thank you.
And for you to express yourself as much as you do. But one thing I wanted you to add your voice to, unfortunately, not too long ago, our brother Kwame Eugene had an accident. I can't imagine the state you were in and how you must have felt. Was that before you guys recorded your most recent song or after?
No, it was after, about 2 weeks after.
Okay.
So we just finished the song. So we recorded the song and it was released 2 days later.
Okay.
So the morning that I posted a video that should I release this song, was the exact morning. So he called me around 10 o'clock.
Oh, he called you?
Yes, he said, because we had always spoken about an Adwa beat. He said, the beat is here. Emoji send me a beat. Come. So I got there. In 2 hours, we have finished the song. And then we shot the video in the morning. I went home around 2. Really. So we just did it. But it's beautiful to see now, he's playing, he's producing on his left. He's having an amazing time. He's healing. He's going to
That was a scary moment.
He's healing.
Scary moment.
We just shot the video for this song two nights ago. You should see him.
Okay. Shout out to him, man. I can't wait. I had him on here a couple of months ago. And also, I just want to say, I've said this enough, we have to go, but I'm very proud of you and what you're doing musically and how you express yourself. And the fact that, more than anything, you're somebody who's willing to listen. We have 2 ears and 1 mouth for a reason. Thank you so much.
Yeah, man.
Man, I'm definitely going to have some more. We're going to talk. We're going to advise us on marriage and love and relationships some more. Guys, I have to sign off. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'm going to go to social media, get all the reaches going. Buy your songs on all platforms. We can find it.
All platforms. You can buy it. You can buy, you can download. Stream for me.
Yes, please.
School fees is coming.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yes.
And then follow me on all platforms. Okyeame Kwame, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, everywhere. Okyeame Kwame.
Salute. Have a very wonderful afternoon.